Hi guys, welcome to Paint with Isha. Hope you guys are doing awesome. I believe that every person has a creative heart, but very few people actually take that additional step and put their creativity on a canvas. I am here to make that super simple for you. Today I am going to demonstrate a step-by-step tutorial on how to make an acrylic painting. I hope you enjoy it and can do it yourself. So let's head to the studio and let's get started. I'm going to use the following brushes. One 1-inch flat brush, one small fat brush by Simply Simmons, one angled brush, this is the 3x8 angled brush by Simply Simmons, and a small Filbert, this is 1x8-inch Simply Simmons. The colors that I'm going to use are Cadmium Yellow Medium from Camel, Mars Black Liquitex Basics, Cadmium Yellow Light Hue by Liquitex Basics, Cellurin Blue by Liquitex Basics, and Naphthol Crimson by Liquitex Basics. So first of all, we need to decide where would the horizon be. The sky would come here and the water would be here. So I think that around 1/3 of the canvas is where we can start building the horizon. The horizon was for black color, so we'll have to make a straight line using our Filbert brush. I have dipped my Filbert brush in water and taken some black paint. I take a small amount of paint. Now let me start making the line. This is about 1/3. It's okay if it is not straight. So this is how we've divided the canvas. The sky would come here and the water will be here. Now let's start making the sky first. To make the sky, we'll use two colors. One is the Cadmium Yellow Medium Hue and the Naphthol Crimson. The sun would be somewhere here. So we will start with the yellow color over here and then slowly blend it into the red color. I'm taking some amount of yellow color. I've dipped my brush in water and taken the excess water out. I'm dipping my flat brush into the yellow color. Just start laying down the color like that with strokes like this. The sides and laying down color. Be careful not to touch the black because it might be still wet. We can cover it up when black paint dries. Taking some more and filling the edges. Whenever you feel that your brush is a bit dry, feel free to dip your brush in water and take the excess water out. Now I have to start blending it. So I take some amount of yellow and some amount of red on the brush. Look how my brush is with yellow and red. Start laying down both the colors and look how I'm blending the two. Now I'm using the brush straight, perpendicular to the canvas. This helps the paint blend in. Look how beautifully the two colors are blending. Rather than laying red paint, I'm actually blending the two colors. And we get a mild orange tinge over here. I'll take more of the red paint and start laying it down. Just now keep taking the red paint and no yellow and keep layering it. It has to be the darkest here, then a tinge of yellow, a tinge of orange and then yellow. Now let's start by doing the sea. Here we want because the sun is going to be here, that's why we are going to show this water as a bit light, and then the shade of blue is going to get darker as it is going to go away from the horizon. So to get that light color, I'm again going to use my flat brush. Before that, I'm going to nicely wash it off in water. Wipe it off with a cloth. So now what I'll do to get the light color, this is spreading, just take it off. Okay. Anyways, it's going to get layered up, so no worries. So you're going to take some amount of blue and a little amount of yellow, very little. Look at the amount of yellow and blue which is there in my brush. And let's start spreading it. We get a nice tinge of green. Just keep layering this. Take the blue paint and layer it. Make sure that you get the edges of the canvas. Whenever your brush gets dry, do dip it in water, take the excess water off, and then start painting. It's okay if you get a tinge of yellow in the middle. It'll give a nice reflecting effect from the sun. This is how we've completed the sea. Be sure not to get any hard lines in the middle between the two colors, and you can do that again by using your brush perpendicular to the canvas. I'm not using it like this, but I'm using it like this with the bristles in the front. I'm blending the two colors. Now let's wait for the painting to dry a bit and then we'll layer on it. Now it's been around 15 minutes paints are completely dry, so now I can start making the landscape here. I'll take my Filbert brush and dip it in black paint and make small lines like this so as to show a landscape. These can be far off hills that just look black from a distance. You can create any shape that you want. I've made the outline and now I'll just fill it in. I'll take more of the black paint. Just fill it in. My brush and water, it's got dry. I'll take the paint. And fill the landscape paint. See how the landscape is. You see some line over here, which is actually a gap. So feel free to fill it in with black. Now it's time to make the sun. I'm going to wash my Filbert brush. This is the same one that I'm going to use for the yellow color. I'm going to wash it, wipe off the excess water. And the color for this is cadmium yellow light hue. Take ample amount of color in the brush. Let's start making the sun somewhere here. You can take rest with your finger so that you can actually make the circular shape. I don't know whether you can see it properly in the canvas. It's come out like a really light yellow. The color is pretty bright. So when you actually try it out, you'll be able to see the difference in the two colors between the sun and the sky behind. So I've made the sun. Now it's time to make the reflections in water of the sun. These are pretty simple. What we're going to do is that we're going to take this color again, that's cadmium yellow light hue, and make straight lines like this in water. The only thing that we need to take care of is that the closer we are to the landscape, the closer the lines would be, and as you come near the end of the canvas, the width between the lines will keep increasing. Making the lines here, just with the tip of your brush, start making the lines. There's no formula for this, just keep making straight lines. It's not necessary that they should be straight, because then they can look like waves in the sea. or ripples. Shows of the sun's reflection. And make a few more so that this area is really bright. Now we'll wait for the sun to dry before we can start making the trees. It's been 15 minutes and now the painting is dry, the sun is dry. Now let's start making the trees. For the tree trunks, I'm going to use an angle brush. I'm going to dip it in black paint. You'll need some more water in this so that the paint can flow when you're making the branches. I've dipped it in a lot of black paint and I'm starting to make the trunks like this. If this is the edge of the brush, it has to go like this rather than going the opposite direction. It does not have to go in the direction of the edge but away from the edge. Let's start by making one trunk. Have to thicken this. So making another line, making the second line, and filling it in. The tree trunk can be of any shape. The only thing that you need to take care of is that the trunk should be wider at the bottom and it should get thinner as you go up. I've made one tree trunk. Let me make the second one. I have made the two tree trunks. Now let's start making the palm leaves. For the palm leaves, we'll be using the fan brush. And the fan brush comes in really handy whenever you have to make something like palm leaves because it just does not have a particular shape and it gives a very fringed effect to the leaves. The brush is dry right now. I'll dip it in water and completely take off the water by wiping it off on a towel. It's important that water is not there, otherwise you will not get the fringed effect. So the brush is almost dry now, it's just moist and I'm dipping it in paint. Now let me first just make the branches. I'll remove the excess paint and make the branches. First leaf will go like this. This will be my second one. Come on top of the sun, that gives a very natural look. This will be my third one. And would be here. Now that the main leaves are done, let's start fringing them. You have to just lightly brush it and it will take its own shape. I'm just lightly brushing below the leaf. this is how the first tree has come. Now let me make the second one, which will be overlapping this. So again, I will dip my fan brush in the paint and take the excess off by just dabbing it on the palette. These branches. Now let's start making fringes. These are the two trees and the trees are done. So this is the final painting. I hope you liked it. Most of the materials used in the painting I ordered from Amazon. I will write a full description of the materials in the description. Do subscribe to my videos so that you can get more and more tutorials of different kinds of paintings. If you like my video, do hit the like button and see you soon.